everybody, Jacob here. Thank you for pressing play and for subscribing. Please do that and comment and all that jazz. I'd like to get that out of the way because, I'm learning so much from all of you. So many people are passionate about this. And you know that if you've commented on this page, you're going to have a lot of people that are going to put you down for your belief that there is something going on. You don't have to be a complete, scientist or geologist to understand that there are earthquakes happening every day. And we're not talking like little ones, we're talking big ones. Not to mention volcanoes erupting. Not to mention meteors happening. We're seeing more meteors. I mean, it's like you're getting one a week. I wanted to do this video on a pole shift a while ago. NASA quietly, they posted this on their website. They admit to it. They say that a pole shift happens. It happens, every 800,000 years or something like that. It happens frequently. It's a normal thing. Scientists are now saying that it's already happening. In England, you have flowers blooming in the winter. We're seeing climate change, and look, if you're kind of in the middle, maybe you're not noticing it that much, but on the extremes, the weather is just not the same. The winters are not as cold as they used to be. They're not as long as they used to be. The summers are not as hot as they used to be. They're not as long as, and it comes on very, very quickly, at least for where I'm from. A lot of people are saying that there is no such thing as Nibiru. There is no such thing as another system that is coming. They're saying that this pole shift, they don't really know why it happens. Some blame climate change. When two magnets come together, what happens is one magnet flips. I mean, this kind of goes along with the idea of Nibiru coming around in this elliptical orbit. It makes sense, and the closer it gets to us, the more the poles and everything is affected. It's kind of like magnets coming together, and there's going to be some back and forth and some turmoil, which would explain the meteors, one after the other, because that's just going through the asteroid belt. It's catapulting them in different directions, and some of them are hitting straight into us. It would explain major earthquakes. It would explain global warming in certain areas and cooling in certain areas. It would explain climate change. It would explain so much. Now, a lot of people are going to say, no. There's no such thing as a global shift. There's no such thing as a pole shift. Where's your proof? Well, guess what? The proof is everywhere. Do you know that there are seashells found at Mount Everest? In mountains, there are crustaceans and clams and mussels and all sorts of sea life that is found at the tips of the mountains. And in the deepest parts of the sea, you find mountains and crevices, and the only thing that could explain that would be a pole shift. The oceans moving and filling in certain areas and other areas coming out. That's the only thing that would make sense. Now, is that happening right now? Well, guess what? Once again, they're saying it already is happening. But do we have to worry about some, total catastrophic event where everything just flip-flops on top of each other? I don't know. But I do know that the weather is just crazy. I do know that there are more earthquakes now than ever before. I do know that things are not adding up. And what I also know is that sunrise and sunset, planes are going, chemtrails. Why is it only when the sun rises, and why is it only when the sun sets? A lot of these pictures of, this Nibiru or this planetary system or this second sun, which, I'm not even saying is really there. I'm asking questions because there's a lot of evidence. So the other day, when I got out of the gym, I noticed that the skies were so beautiful and they were so blue. And I noticed that there was only cloud cover where the sun rose. So I decided to take the camera out and I pointed it up and I pointed it on myself and I said, by the end of the day, when the sun starts to set, you're going to see this happening. Guess what happened?
Hey everybody, Jacob here. I just wanted to prove something about the chemtrails in the sky. It's like 11:30, quarter to 12. And right now, as you can see, the sky is pretty good. You're gonna see any no planes up there yet. Seems to be it's always around the same time, around 3 or 4, kind of like right when I guess the sun starts setting or so. So we'll see what happens in a couple hours. So here we are, and it is like a couple hours before sunset, and as you can see, one chemtrail after another. They just start to. If you look over here, I don't know if you can see it. See, I can't really see, it's bright. See, there's a plane doing it right now. Just one after another, they just kind of like. So I think there's something about right before that sun sets, Do you notice that, pretty much on the opposite side, all blue skies, So much for it's just, contrails. On the opposite side, where the sun does not set, you don't see anything. Nothing, right? Let's just turn around and see where the sun sets. Let's see all of a sudden, look at that. One after the other. Oh, there's the sun behind me. Just take a look at that sky right there. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that insane? Just putting one after the other. So weird. So bizarre. What are they trying to cover up? And why is it so perfect over here? Kind of makes you go,
Right where the sun sets. One plane going zig and zagging and putting those chemicals in the air, which, by the way, for the people that say that there's no such thing as chemtrails, well, guess what? On NASA's website, they admit to it and they tell you exactly what's in it. Guess what's in it? Lithium, aluminum. I mean, a lot of toxic things are in this. Why? What is it that they're hiding? What is it that they're covering up? Now, I've been thinking to myself, if there were ancient aliens that somehow these giants that we read about in the Bible, that somehow genetically altered the human race, it would also explain why in Revelation you see these pictures of a virgin with the moon at the feet, clothed in the sun, about to give birth. it's almost like, wouldn't it make sense if something was coming around? You know, the stars are like they're like a map, they're like a timetable. And wouldn't that be what they would do? Wouldn't they use the stars and explain it in a way that man could understand in stories, so they could explain, hey, guess what? This is when we may be coming around again. This is when. The return, if you will. Now listen, if you've seen some of my earlier videos, you know that I talk mainly about allegory, and I talk about the life that is within us, and I talk about how, you know, we've all been brainwashed, and we've all been lied to, and we've all believed that we're something that we're not, and we are much, much more. I've spent my life focusing on the inside, and now that I'm talking about the outside, it's uncomfortable territory for me, but I feel like people need to start questioning. People need to start looking around and saying, what is going on? It's a fact that there is life out there. It's a fact that there are other suns and other planets out there. It's a fact that there are more binary systems than not. Could it be that the reason this Gothard celebration and all this portal that they're trying to open up at CERN, could it be that this is all somehow connected? Are they trying to maybe open up, say, a doorway for this ancient race to come in here once again? Could it be that the stories that we read about that I always said were allegory alone, coming in the clouds, could it be that these are pictures of what might come? Well, if that's the case, a lot of people are going to put their faith in it. If that's the case, a lot of people are going to say, oh, it is God, and they're going to worship. But I say to you, don't be deceived. I say to you, there is only one God, and that is the Spirit of truth that is within us all. I don't know if there are aliens that seeded this world. I don't know if, you know, the pyramids and crop circles and all that. I don't know. This is new territory to me. You know. But for some reason, it's been brought to my attention. And for some reason, I've been quickened to share this. And I don't think that there's a coincidence there. I mean, I think that this isn't happening by chance. I think that there is a reason. NASA has put it out there. It's put it out there. There is going to be a pole shift, and it's already happening. Perhaps that's why the seed vault is in a place that if the poles shift, it's fertile ground for planting. Perhaps that's why there are many, many underground facilities that are stocked to the hilt with food and supplies. If something is coming, I understand not telling the public about it because you don't want to lose control, but I think you need to give people more credit. I think we need to know. Because we need to focus on the moment, and our families, and our friends, and love, and each other, and unity, and coming together. We need to stop fighting. We need to stop putting our faith in the dollar bill. We need to start putting our faith in the spirit of love and truth, inspiration itself, God, creator of all. I like to end a lot of my little videos by saying, just ask, go within, teach me the truth no matter what the cost. There is more. You know there's more. Our subconscious mind is so much greater than our conscious mind. Perhaps that's why Jesus said, I'm in the Father, and the Father is in me. But I cannot know what the Father is doing. Just as the subconscious mind is in the conscious mind, and the conscious mind is in the subconscious mind, but the conscious mind cannot know what the subconscious mind is doing. The spiritual is always explained by the natural. There is a shift going on already. All you have to do is look to the news and see. I love you all. Please do subscribe. Let me know what you think. And please, for those that understand and know more, share. Let us know where we can find more answers and credible sources. I'm just here provoking questions. And that's what we need to do, because if you don't question everything, you'll believe anything. I love you all. Talk to you soon.